Doing theater at Northwestern, and you started at the Catholic school. Did you continue right after Northwestern in theater, or did your television film career begin then?
I was a strict theater guy, Jamal, for maybe 5 or 6 years. I did nothing but plays. Even while I was at Northwestern, I was acting in professional theater in Chicago at places like the Goodman Theater and the Wisdom Bridge Theater. I would get cast because I was tall and lanky and I had a deep voice. And so even though I was 18 or 19, I could play early 20s or in things of this nature. So I did a bunch of plays. I did an episode of this thing called Jack and Mike, which was a TV show on, I think, ABC at the time with Shelley Hack. But other than that, I was strictly in the theater. And I did a bunch of stuff at Steppenwolf all over Chicago. I even founded a theater company at the time, which we called Legacy Productions, because I played Malcolm X for many years in a play called The Meeting by Jeff Stetson, about a meeting that didn't happen between Dr. King and Malcolm X, but a fictionalized version of this. And so I was dedicated to the theater, and it wasn't until really maybe the Mary Thomas story that I did with Alfre Woodard for Disney that I started encroaching into television and film. And then, of course, the 5 Heartbeats, and then I played some part on Perry Mason where I went opposite Raymond Burr. I lost. But you know, I've had an opportunity to work in theater and in film with legendary people who I had grown up watching shows and admiring them. And I've been able, I remember so distinctly that I was always the youngest guy in the room for years. And then I started being the oldest guy.
So I know you spoke about 5 Heartbeats and the project with Mary Tyler Moore, but which one would you consider, or would you consider either of those your big break in Hollywood?
Right, the Mary Thomas story, it was with, yeah, that's all right, it's about Isaiah Thomas's mom. I don't know that, you know, Disney and television in general at the time, like they had the movie of the week, and so that was still viable. So I would say that that's probably where I got into the attention of Hollywood or whatever, so to speak. We shot it in Chicago. I was actually on stage doing Kiss of the Spider-Woman on stage, and I booked this movie playing a gangster, and that probably gave me my first entry, as it were. But the 5 Heartbeats sort of got me into the Black Hollywood sort of circle, so to speak, because of the Robert Townsend of it, and the Michael Wright, and the Leon, and the Diane Carroll, and all these great people, Harold Nicholas. So, you know, when you work, even though it wasn't a box office smash, people saw it, and they liked the movie, and to a lot of people to this day, it remains iconic, and there are people who watch the damn thing every day. so I love it, you know. I mean, that to me was probably the real putting my foot in the sand of the industry.